All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Today is September. Shoot, I forgot the date. September something. It's September something. As you can see, Carla is not here. Carla is teaching her weekly Spanish class. Let's go! Super excited that she's teaching Spanish. Such a fine young lady, a wonderful mother of 5 kids, and surely a great Spanish teacher. So I'm sitting here at the house today. We usually don't schedule a lot of lessons on Fridays because we do some other work that we do, but our car has been down on us for a while. So she went to her Spanish lesson, and I found myself dissecting a lot of comments that have come in since the last show. And I felt that 2 of these comments that I read, I've read them for a couple of days, but going back and reading them again, 2 of those comments stood out from 2 people. So what I'm going to do is a real quick show today, and I'm going to share 2 comments, one rather lengthy, about some comments or topics that we have discussed in this past year and throughout the past year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read real quickly a couple of comments, and then I'm going to end it. I thought these comments were so well done that I would do a quick show nugget per se, simply on these 2 comments. So I'm going to read these 2 comments. I wish Carla is with me, but this is a comment show, kind of spur of the moment, shooting from the hip. Never really done anything like this before. I was just itching to do a show. Let's go. Come on. Come on. All right. Comment number 1 that I wanted to bring up to do this first shot type show deal comes from Trevor Klassen, and the last name is spelled Klassen. Trevor Klassen. And here we go. Here was his comment after the last show. A little lengthy, so settle in. Here we go. From Trevor. Fantastic episode, some of your best analysis yet. Here are some morsels for discussion. Number 1. Bianca Andreescu is truly frightening. Williams, Halep, Kerber, Osaka, Barty, and others had better prepare. That girl has Kyrgios's swagger without the baggage and the bloody, well, she loves the limelight. Her win over Williams was evidence not so much of Williams buckling under pressure as of Andreescu simply being a superior player. Andreescu is 19. She has every shot. She moves as well as Halep and can match anyone with power. She's undefeated against top 10 opponents. Good Lord. I agree with that comment, that segment, or that portion of this long comment. I don't quite think she can move as well as Halep. I think she still has a little ways to go fitness-wise, but otherwise I agree totally. Nugget number 2 of the same comment. The big 3, what the hell? I did some math. All their different fans have to respect their collective domination. Last 12 majors, the big 3. Last 60 majors, yes, 60, mid 80% won by the big 3. This sort of domination will never happen again. Not like this. It's a mathematical anomaly. Here's how the math breaks out. Now, this is where the research deserves the segment for this show. Here we go. Let's be generous and say the big 3 retire, and there are 3 players that crush over 15 years of playing. 15 years is pushing it, to be honest, but what the hell? Roll with me here. That gives them a total of 60 slams to share. They would have to win every single slam for 15 years to end up with 20 slams each. Impossible. Not going to happen. Forget it. And maybe I read that wrong. I'm going to read that again. Let's be generous and say that after the big 3 retire, there are 3 players that crush over 15 years of playing. And then, in parentheses, 15 is pushing it, to be honest, but what the hell? Roll with me here. In parentheses. That gives them a total of 60 slams to share. They would have to win every single slam for 15 years to each end up with 20 slams each. Impossible, not going to happen. Forget it. Think about that. Great research there. Going forward, so let's give all 3 of them 20 years of domination. Ridiculous notion, but this is fun. That's 80 slams. They would have to win 75% of all slams over 20 years to end up with 20 slams each. Even if none of them ever had an injury, impossible, they would, over the course of those slams, have to meet someone playing out of their mind at some turn. 20 years is an entire generation of new competition, so forget it, fat chance. These three are aliens from the planet Xeno, spelled X-E-N-O. Love that name. Let's go, planet Xeno. Where DNA, and if I remember correctly, DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid, the building blocks of life. So these three aliens are from the planet Xeno, where DNA is manipulated to create tennis freaks. Let's get down. I definitely think Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer are DNA freaks from planet Xeno. Love that. Let's get down. Woo! This research is kicking it. Comment continues. I also did a quick experiment. I looked at the footage from Federer versus Nadal in 2019 Wimbledon, Djokovic versus Nadal in 2018 Wimbledon, Nadal versus Del Potro 2018 Wimbledon, Djokovic versus Federer 2019 Wimbledon, and compared that footage of the big three in Wimbledon's 2007 through 2011. All three of them are better than they were. Better than they were. Watch the footage for yourselves. But wait, there's more. Djokovic versus Nadal in 2019 Australian Open was the best I've ever seen a player play on hard court. Nole, Djokovic, was ridiculous. Federer and Nadal in 2017 Australian Open was some of their best hard court performances ever. Rafael Nadal in 2019 U.S. Open was a massive performance over 2 weeks. He's never been better on hard court, and this from the only man, he's never been better on hard court, and this from the only man to beat Djokovic twice in hard court slam finals, 2010 and 2013 U.S. Opens. Absolutely great research. For finishing this up with some statistics. 2019 Grand Slam Finals, Australian Open, Djokovic, Nadal, Wimbledon, Djokovic, Federer, French, Nadal, Thiem, U.S. Open, Nadal, Medvedev. 2019 Slam semifinals, Federer makes 2 out of 4, French and Wimbledon. Novak Djokovic makes 3 out of 4, Australian, French, and Wimbledon. Big titles. Rafa, 54, conversion rate of 3.4. No, I was going to say Nole, man. Maybe some of the people don't understand what Nole. Nole is Novak Djokovic's kind of nickname or connotation if you're kind of a big fan. Nole, 54, conversion rate of 3.4. 54 for Federer with a conversion rate of 4.3. The next closest, Pete Sampras, 30, conversion rate of 4.9. Enough said. Number 3, Daniil Medvedev. He's Djokovic with Rafael Nadal's tactical flexibility. He's 6'6", yet moves like he's 5'6". Has a heart like he's 7'6". I'm a Rafa fan first and foremost, but hot damn, I do love Med. Let's go, Trevor Klassen. Let's go. Segment number 4, Federer, Rafa fans and Noel fans need to chill. The man is mentally tough as nails. You don't come back after heartbreaking losses like he has had and win 20 slams without mental toughness. What he doesn't have is quite the same amount. I think there was a mistype here. What he doesn't have in quite the same amount as Noel or Djokovic and Rafa is emotional toughness. Those two freak shows, Djokovic at his best and Nadal every single time, play like the survival of Earth depends on it. Jimmy Connors on Rafa and the 2019 U.S. Open. Quote, he plays like he's broke. But Federer has emotional toughness as well. He's going to be back and he's going to kick some booty. So Jimmy Connors says, yeah, he does have emotional toughness. He's going to be back and he's going to kick some booty. He's not done it yet. Not by a long shot. A little lost on that. I'll read it again. Rafa fans and Noel fans need to chill. The man is mentally tough as nails. You don't come back after heartbreaking losses like he has and win 20 slams without mental toughness. What he doesn't have in quite the same amount as Djokovic and Nadal is emotional toughness. Those two freak shows, Djokovic and Nadal, every single time play like the survival of the earth depends on it. Jimmy Connors on Rafa and the 2019 U.S. Open. Quote, he plays like he's broke. But Fed has emotional toughness as well. He's going to be back and he's going to kick some booty. He's not done yet. Not by a long shot. Great quote. Segment number 5 of his same message, Trevor Clausen's same individual message on Coco Gauff. No way she competes with the likes of Andreescu and Osaka for a couple of years. Let's give her time. I could not agree more. Ending this long and very well researched and written dissertation here, Djokovic. So he has number 6, Nole Colin. Classy tribute to Rafa's win. He's a good dude. I agree. Djokovic is going to make noise next year. I couldn't agree more. And lastly, he has the ending as the year 2020 with the colon. He says 2020 colon. Going to be interesting as hell. Del Potro? Question mark. Murray? Question mark. Medvedev? Question mark. And some of the rest of these young guns. Let's see what they bring to the party. 3 freak shows are waiting for them. Let's be real. What's next year going to bring? What can next year bring? Is anyone going to finally crack through the big 3? I don't know. Don't answer me. Answer in comments to Trevor Klassen, because that was a classy Klassen comment. K Klassen, C classy, C comment, KCC. What's up? That should be like a new brand of chicken out here. Let's get down. I don't eat fried chicken, but KCC sounds better than chicken. Rather read some of those comments. That's what I'm talking about. I wish I wouldn't have already done my awards for the year, because I think I might have thrown that one in. Well done! Let's go! Alright, ending this quick nugget type show with this. Second comment was from Simone Simonovic. What's up? What's up, Simone? Throwing you in this one too. Because time and time again, myself, yes, I'm admitting fault. And Carla, invisible but here in spirit. Let's go. Teaching habla español. Let's go, mamacita, muy bonita. Let's go. Come on. Simone Simonovic drops in the comment from 3 days ago. And I saw it, but I had to reflect. This guy spent all this time out of his day to come up with these numbers, and here's where he called us out on. And you know what? She's invisible. We stand corrected. Here we go. Simone Simonovic 3 days ago. Quote, I would like to say something about the comparison between Andy Murray and Stanislaus Wawrinka. Because you, meaning Carla and I, and we have, admittedly, said several times, not in this show, this was pertaining to the last show, but we've done it oodles of times over the year and a half. Agreed, Simone. Saw. Totally agree. Hard-hitting. Let's go. Stand corrected. We have, not in this show, pertaining to the last one, stated that Wawrinka was a better player than Andy Murray. He goes on. I think that Stan the Man, he didn't write Stan the Man, I said the man. I think that Wawrinka has a more attractive style of play, but Murray is much more consistent, and his overall results are much better than those of Wawrinka. After I read his statistics, I had to look back at this and say, am I biased? Am I blinded by his more attractive style of play, as Simone said? I think so. And let me read Simone Simonovic's stats. Grand Slam titles. Andy Murray 3, Wawrinka 3. Grand Slams finals. So Grand Slam titles, Murray 3, Wawrinka 3. Grand Slam finals, Murray 11, Wawrinka 4. Grand Slam semifinals, Murray 21, Wawrinka 9. Davis Cup, Murray 1, Wawrinka 1. Okay. Olympic gold, Murray 2, Wawrinka 0. ATP Masters 1000s, Murray 14, Wawrinka 1. ATP Masters Finals, Murray 1, Wawrinka 0. Titles, Andy Murray 48. That might be a 43, but 48 is what I'm reading. And Stanislaus Wawrinka 16. Number 1 in the world in weeks, Andy Murray 41, Wawrinka 0. Win-loss ratio. Win-loss ratio, Andy Murray, career 663 wins to 193 losses, which constitutes a 77.5 winning percentage. And Stanislaus Wawrinka, 509 wins to 295 losses with a 63.3% win-to-loss ratio. Let's go! Woo! All right, so I'm going to end it right there. Again, Carla's teaching Spanish class. Really wish she was sitting here in the booth in a sense, but I was sitting here and I said, you know, well, while Carla's gone and teaching her Spanish class, and before we go coach tennis a little bit later on, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to be coached by two people that wrote amazing comments. Let's get down. Anyway, much love to all of you. That's it for today. Comment on these below. And Carla and I, again, will see you very soon as the Asian Swing begins for some more 5K tennis shows. And we will be doing our next YTEX Strings playtest in the next week or two, where if you haven't seen them before, Carla and I go out and play and review strings for the company YTEX that provides us with a lot of these prize giveaways. So anyway, much love to all you guys. I can't wait for the Australian Open, or we can't wait for the Australian Open for 2020. But in the meantime, stay good. Thank you very much to Trevor Klassen and Simone Simonovic for these comments. I know there's been a lot of other comments out there, but these are two that really humbled me, I know, reading them and how much time they put into them. So for now, take care. We'll be back with some Asian Swing shows soon. And our latest play test for some of the strings that we test for YTEX. All right? Take care, everyone. See you later. Wow, I love you, Carla, but you're not here. Let's get down. And we'll see you next time. Take care.